And hey, Tiffany girl, I see you. Oh my gosh, Imani, hi, you're here. Y'all, a lot of the ladies that are in here tonight actually have been on admin in the past. So it's really nice to see all of you here supporting and coming on through. Because one thing, even like Imani mentioned it, like a lot of the time, and I've had to grow to not be attached, okay? Because I realize God uses this to, help women move through different things and then they spurt out and they begin to produce fruit. And so like I can't be like, "No, come back, hold on to everybody." And I can't feel offended, right? Because I know he's going to send others that need what we have. And so I'm glad that y'all come in and visit us, make us feel good. Like I said to Lala, like literally it makes a difference every time you're in the room. So thank you for being here and continue to support us. And we're just so excited about everything. Like if I just went through each woman who's been here maybe over a year, like I can tell you like some of the businesses and the ministries that they've begin to birth. So praise the Lord for that.
Been here long, probably been here for like maybe 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Tiffany had invited me to the group. She was just like, "Kiki, I think you would like this group." And I'm like, "Okay." And she shared the group with me. I think it was like the beginning of last year, but I was like, I don't know. And so even this time, I was like, I don't know. I gotta see. And so when I got on there, and then I just saw like the fruits of the spirit, it just felt like welcoming and very warm. I didn't feel like no condemnation or uh like messiness, like you know how it is, like when you with like a bunch of women, like it didn't feel like that. If I felt the love of God, and so I was like, okay, this is a place I would like to come to, because I've been praying that God surround me with women that love Him. Um, yeah, so I feel like it was an answered prayer, and it's it's almost like coming here is like kind of like nurture group. Like at a job I used to work at, we used to have nurture group. So yeah, it's kind of like a nurture group, and just like a sisterhood. Mm.
Oh, well, I'm glad you said that. So it's not just a motto, but it's real, where strangers become sisters.
Yeah,
Amen. Thank you for sharing that,
you're
Kiki.
welcome. Thank y'all.
What can I
Oh,
say?
you got an OG shirt on.
I know, right?
That's
Throwback.
the
Um,
original.
what can I say? Wow. I don't know if any of you went to the first Woman Heal, but it was on Clubhouse and it lasted 15 minutes. Yes,
No,
it
no,
did.
nobody was there. Nobody but
Nobody.
you.
Sarah said, "Okay, thanks for coming." And to see what it is today is incredible. If you don't know the story, I met Sarah on Clubhouse. I was broken. I was confused. I was all the things. And Sarah messaged me on Instagram and was like, "Girl, you gonna be all right." And then from there, we started a friendship. So I saw literally Woman Heal being birthed. I remember when you were giving polls on what name to choose for the unordinary. Like that's how far back. And to see what it is today, an incorporation, a 501(c)(3) is just, it's only the hand of God. And for it to be this far in 4 years is only the hand of God. Um, and to see the lives that have been transformed is only the hand of God. Sarah, I grew up in church, all the things, but Sarah was really one of the first people to see me and push me. So I sit in the pew. People don't know the prophet, the pastor, the preacher, none of that. I literally go to church, do my little 1, 2 step clap, see y'all next Sunday. But Sarah would push me in Women Heal. Anytime, Brie, you have a word? Brie, you have something to say? And I'm like, and she would just push me, push me, push me. And even when I felt like I'm unqualified, I can't, she would always encourage me. Nope, you can do this. Nope, you can go ahead, like release it, speak. Um, and that's very unheard of. That's very unheard of. And so I'm very grateful for this ministry because it has allowed me to grow and also now feel confident enough to branch off and to do the things that God has called me to do. So I will forever love this ministry. I don't have a favorite memory because there's too many. It's been 4 years. But I would say maybe the retreat, the first retreat that we had in in where was it? Virginia. I would say that's one of my favorite memories. If you were there, you know why.
I would say my favorite memory, it has to be the first retreat too. But what I love most about the ministry is the leader. Because I believe the first time I had an interaction with you, Sarah, I sent a prayer request and you sent me a voice note. And I was at a really broken place in my life. And the things you spoke, it was just so powerful. And I feel like every time I have not shown up to meetings or anytime I have something going on in my life or even with my family, you always make a point to reach out to me, to check on me, send me a prayer or something, and that really means a lot. Um, and then I will never forget you and Bree praying over me at the retreat.
Mm.
Because it definitely had an impact when I left, but I'm seeing a lot of things happen in my life now from you guys' prayers. But I definitely appreciate God for trusting you with this ministry and having the heart that you have for women to help them, to push them in their gifts, to elevate them any way He desires to use you. I appreciate that you give Him your yes. So, I love this ministry, even though I'm not here all the time. Like, I love you guys.
The whole organization in itself is just like dynamic. Primarily, I would like to say that you ladies restored my mindset concerning women in its entirely. So like sisterhood, friendship, like being more open and being more receptive to taking things from other women and not seeing it as like this person is jealous of me or no points of competition or anything like that. So it's just like to be able to be around a set of godly women that it's no point of judgment and it's like, okay, I'm down and out. I'm in my lowest, pits lowest, and I just need prayer. So to be able to come into a setting where it's no judgment and like women genuinely intercede until it breaks. Like my
Mm.
life has been the same. Then needing support on the aspect of like bills. I'm going through it. I didn't have finances to keep certain bills on to keep the house cooled or heated or lights or whatever. And to just like with no judgment. Okay, that's what you need, girl, done. Boom. Like
Mm.
it was like I can't explain it in words. I am truly grateful. Like I love you, ladies, and just for the fact that I'm able to like truly testify and say like I've been restored, and now I'm able to allow other women in to be sisters. Like I'm able to do what you guys did for me to be able to intercede and to be able to pray and be able to support. So it's just like you never know how quickly your life can change just by truly accepting what God put in front of you. So I'm truly excited that I was given an invitation and I was open and receptive. And I love you, ladies.
We
Happy.
love you too.
So my favorite memory of Woman Hill, and Sarah, I don't even know if you remember, but this was probably, I feel like it was maybe 3 years ago, because I even remember the room I was in and the apartment that I was in. But one night we was praying, and this is when we used to pray for each other.
Yeah.
And you had me pray for one of the ladies, and you just kept telling me every time I would stop praying, you would be like, "No, Trinae, keep praying." And
Mhm.
then I would pray, and then I would stop because I would feel like I was done. You'd be like, "No, you need to keep praying. I need you to pray for her like she's your sister. Keep praying, keep praying." And that night did something to me. I felt like I always felt like God used you that night to birth the intercessor in me.
Wow.
Um, yeah. And so that is my greatest memory of Woman Hill.
Mm.
And so thank you again. Thank you again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your yes. Um, I love this ministry. Um, this is a safe ministry. That's why I invited Carla. Me and Carla, we grew up in the same neighborhood, Overtown in Miami. She's a childhood family friend, and I invited her here in this space because I trust you all. And I know that it's been a blessing to me. I didn't grow up in church. I don't even really have many people in my family that I could say like I can tell you right now, if I was to call like my blood sisters, they're wonderful sisters, but if I was to even I wouldn't call them and say pray for me.
Mm.
Um and so yeah, I'm just so grateful for this ministry. So yeah.
Being where I am in my relationship with God, this has been a nurturing environment. It has been a place where I could find accountability for my actions. And I haven't always had that nor listened to it, but I'm now more receptive. I'm more open to the things that God is doing in my life because of this ministry and just being able to come here and just be in a safe environment where I can just be like, I can rant if I want to. If I need to, then this is a place for me. I'm just so encouraged being around these women. Just the fact that they've been praying for me and interceding for me and throughout a lot of my mind battles and things that I go through has just been just so great for me. Um, it's just really changed my life. So thank you.
Cindy. Oh, wow. That's
Just like Carla, I need a community. I need a sisterhood. I come from, don't judge me, I got about 14 good sisters. Okay. But but like having, a community where, not to say that I don't feel, accepted and loved in my own, family, but like just being a part of a community where we feel just like sisters. I'm like, shoot, what's the difference? But just having that community, especially coming from where I was 3 years ago, um, where God was basically starting me from scratch. And I'm like, Lord, I need somebody to lean on. I need something. I need wisdom and I need godly community. And I found that here. And I was just like, Lord, you really be answering prayers. And just being able to see how you ladies flourish and how I flourished in these 3 years to the point where like we can talk, we can communicate. I've never really had too many like female friends outside of my sisters, so it's something new for me to be able to commune with like other women and like Carla said, not have that, are you in competition with me kind of thing going on, but just to feel like truly accepted.